we're going to make the basic recipe of cheesecake. If you have a very wild imagination, then you can have any kind of flavor of cheesecake with this basic recipe, and then you'll just add any topping you want, either fresh fruit, canned fruit, or you have like you use like spreads, jellies, or jams, or chocolate. This is a very requested recipe, by the way, and a lot of my friends on Facebook have been asking me if I could make a video of how to make this cheesecake recipe. So we'll start with the things that we need and the ingredients. We need a food processor. We also need a stand or a hand mixer. We need this bowl to mix our graham cracker crust after we process it here, and then a spatula, melted butter. We have our springform pan so that we can easily remove the cheesecake because it's very delicate and it's not easy to bake it in a regular baking pan. This is an 8-inch round springform pan. We need your measuring spoons. This is for the vanilla. This is the vanilla. Another spatula for mixing this later in this big bowl. We have 2 eggs, cup of white sugar or granulated sugar, and then some softened cream cheese. That's everything that we need. Easy and simple, basic cheesecake recipe. So we'll start here with our food processor. So you can see better. We need to come up with 1.5 cups at least, or average, of graham cracker crumbs. So let's just like break this down into smaller pieces so that it's easier for us to process it, and then close it tight. If you have used food processors before, you'll know that this won't work if it's not sealed and fitted properly. So like, I'll turn it, even if it's plugged in, it's not going to turn on. What you need to do is make sure it's fit properly like that. And then of course this is going to be very loud. So probably what I'll do is just play some real nice music when we do this part. Here we go. Okay, it's powdery enough. It's gonna be perfect for our graham cracker crust. So what you need to do to make sure that you don't spread the crust all over your counter. Better do that first. I'm kind of obsessive compulsive, so I try to make sure like everything is really scraped out, like maximize all the ingredients, and at the same time keep it clean. This is very dangerous because this part of the food processor is very sharp, so be careful with that. And now we have approximately close to 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. So we'll transfer it to our mixing bowl. Notice again my OCD working. I want to make sure everything is going to be transferred to this bowl so that we could maximize or make use of all the ingredients that we have prepared. I mean, you know, I don't know. You can do away with this as long as you have everything. If it works for you, then why not? But if you're really a stickler for this, then there's nothing wrong with it. Look at that. It takes quite a while though. Now, let's focus our attention here. This is still pretty hot. What I did to melt this butter is put this in an oven-proof bowl, or if you have a microwave safe bowl, put the butter that you need, the amount that you need in proportion to this, and then follow the instructions. Normally if you melt this in the microwave, you use like, I don't know, I'm not sure, because we don't use microwave ovens at home. Like a microwave oven here at home, it's not very safe to use it. I mean, we think it's okay because nothing is going, like, it doesn't seem to have a negative effect on us, but that is just short term. We don't know what the long-term effects are. So if you can avoid using microwave oven, better. So we just use a convection oven and of course like a gas oven. So I did use the convection oven. I put it on like maximum, which is probably like 400 degrees or 250 degrees Celsius, and then around 10 minutes, and this is the result. But of course the bowl is a little hot, although I already tried to put it, like, you know, I prepared this earlier to make sure that it's not that hot anymore. So here, a little hot, again, OCD, working. This video, by the way, has a different kind of format with the way I made like my cooking videos in the previously I mean. In this part, you could really see me, although that I'm really doing this myself, not other people, or not copied from other channels or like, you know, other videos. So there, you can see that it forms lumps. Just make sure you mix it very well, evenly. The butter has to be evenly distributed. The graham cracker crumbs should be moist, all of it, so that it will be packed together in your springform pan and it will hold its shape, and of course give a nice support to your cream cheese filling, which is like the main star of this dish. But every aspect of whatever kind of recipe that you do is important, as well as we have to remember, I don't know, because like I am very particular about the quality of ingredients that we use, and it's better if we make everything from scratch. Well, one of my ultimate goals is to be able to make my own graham cracker crumbs, so that I could probably say that the cream or the cheesecake, everything is made from scratch, my cheesecakes. So this has been mixed enough. We'll put this in here. By the way, I greased this just to be sure, although it's kind of non-stick already. So we'll pour it here again, making sure we have everything. There you go. Make sure your hands are clean. Why? Because you're going to use your hand in pressing the graham cracker mixture with the butter on the springform pan. You use this, the palm. Make sure you evenly distribute it. I'll show you later. And you have to make sure as well that the crust is evenly distributed, so like there shouldn't be any part that has a thin layer of crust and other parts that are thick. Well, and your crust is ready. Now, here is for me what my preference is to put this in the refrigerator for 30 minutes at least, or in the freezer for 15 minutes. So we'll just cover it. You can use aluminum foil, or you can use a cling wrap to make sure you make sure that nothing gets in here, no droplets of water or like the smell of your refrigerator. Okay, so we're going to now prepare our cream cheese filling mixture. The cream cheese has softened, gone to room temperature, and I'm not going to use the stand mixer. I'm just going to use the hand mixer, by the way. So for the cream cheese filling, we're gonna use softened cream cheese, a cup of sugar, granulated sugar, white sugar, sour cream, 2 eggs, a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of vanilla, whatever you prefer, And these, you already know, I mentioned that to you earlier. So what we're going to do first is whip this. Okay, you make sure that you whip it to the point that the cream cheese is fluffy and even consistency, smooth, so that whatever you put in here can be absorbed and mixed very well into the cream cheese. Now let's put the sugar, mix again. Okay, the sugar has been mixed completely into the cream cheese. Now it's time to add our sour cream. And again, here I am making sure that as much of the sour cream is going to be added into this mixture as possible. Here in the Philippines, practically cream cheese is considered an expensive kind of dessert and very indulgent. Maybe that's why it's expensive, because primarily the ingredients are expensive. We don't have sour cream commonly in supermarkets. You have to look for it or make it on your own, but you have to go through a process, and it's not that easy and it's not that quick. Make sure you scrape the sides of the bowl before you mix at this point, so that everything will be incorporated very well. You won't have lumps at the end of this like you eat, and some parts are like not the same consistency as the rest. So mix. Okay, now it's a little airy, just a little bit. You can add your vanilla. For me, I prefer to have like more than the usual, so I'm gonna use 2 teaspoons, or add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. That's 1. I like the vanilla flavor, especially if you have good quality vanilla extract. And I am a stickler for, keeping everything clean as I go. So I have to make sure I have my paper towel or my kitchen towel here handy. So there you go. The vanilla has been added. And then this time you add 2 eggs, one at a time. Clean as you go. 1 egg. And then once the first egg has been incorporated enough, not too much, just enough, you add the second. There you go. Wipe your hands. Get some more paper towel. Okay. Make some more. So there it is, the finished product. This is the basic cheesecake. This is how it looks, and you can tell if that it's cooked perfectly because you'll see some browning, but not a lot. You'll just probably see it on the sides, and then it's just a sign that you baked it, that it's not just like an easy way to, an easy way out, just so you could have cheesecake. So you'll just make it with gelatin. This is like an authentic cheesecake. It's baked. You could see it in the browning, but it's cooked perfectly. How could you tell? Again, is there are no cracks. It's clean. You'll just see air bubbles, which is just normal. And there. You can eat this as it is, like a New York cheesecake. But you can also play with it, like I said, in the process of making this recipe. You can add whatever topping, or you can mix it in the batter itself. There you go. Basic cheesecake.